This is really good.
Yeah, this too. Oh, hello.
Oh, hello. We were just reading a book.
Just reading. Just reading. That's right.
Whoa! Oh!
What was it? Did you put too much fast Loris in that?
I probably did.
Whoa!
Oh!
Gosh!
There's a lot going on.
Yeah. Oh!
Woo!
Whew!
This must be the season finale.
Welcome. We are Charming Disaster, and we are here with you for the quarantine live stream. We are so glad to be here.
We are. And I want to thank everyone who sent me the get well wishes from last time. I'm fully cured.
It's a miracle.
It is a miracle, and I'm glad to be here in situ with my partner here in crime.
It's not literally crime.
It's a crime. It's so fun. It should be a crime.
That is true. What do you attribute your miracle cure to?
Small doses of poison. I think I was tweaking the formula a little bit, and I got ahead of myself, and I've gotten my dose down perfectly now. So I'm completely recovered and immune to all your poisonings.
That's good news.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, welcome everyone to the season 3 finale of the quarantine live stream. We are so glad to see you signing in here. We see Fred and Mike and Catherine and Peter and Carol and Eve and Joshua and Sarah and Katie and Matt and Misty and Judy and Danielle and Paula and Justin and Laura and so many wonderful people. And we, as people are rolling in, just take a moment if you're on Facebook to share the link to this live stream so that your friends and enemies and
know where you are.
Colleagues know where they ought to be.
Yes.
Right now.
Oh, that's better. I think we sound better now.
Yeah.
Let's put this close.
Yeah, I think we probably sound better now.
So this is the season finale. We're going to pull out all the stops, as they say. We're going to do 3D things. We're going to do blacklight things. I'm just excited.
Yeah, I know.
Robotic things. We're going to do things we've never done before and that we've been doing this whole time.
And that we probably should never do again.
That's true.
Now, if you are late to this party and you're not sure about how this show works, we will take this moment to just remind you that this is a donation-based concert. What does that mean? It means that there is no ticket fee to attend these live stream shows. But if you are in a position to support what we're doing with a financial donation, a little goes a long way, and we sure appreciate it. So here are some ways that you can support what we're doing. We've got Venmo, and we've got PayPal, and we've got virtual tickets, and we also have Bandcamp. Bandcamp is where you can get all of our music and merch. So if you need a bandana or some sheet music or a t-shirt or some vinyl, all of those and more are found on our Bandcamp.
And Bandcamp is a great place to check out any music, and it's a great service, and I recommend it to anyone who's into music.
Or out of music.
Oh, very good. I like that.
Yeah.
But most importantly, thank you so much for being here. We are so glad, and if you can't contribute, this is our gift to you, as you know. And yes, like that.
Just like that. Yes.
Just like that.
All right. Well, we like to start our quarantine live stream episodes with a little opening ritual, which is to draw a tarot card to give us just like taking the temperature, finding out what's going on with the show this week. You doing all right?
Yeah, it's warm.
Okay.
Temperature is hot.
Well, but
fire.
Okay, but you don't have like heat
Not
stroke.
feverish. No.
Okay.
No, on fire and.
Not literally. You're
anyway,
not literally on fire, right?
Here, I'm picking the card right now. Can you hear that? Oh my God! Woo! We have chosen the world.
The world.
The world, and the world is green and picks up green screen. But here we are. This is attainment. The world is our oyster. This is all the good things that we associate with this current situation.
Yeah, well, we got some good news. In New York, in New York State, the state of emergency is officially over as of yesterday, which is kind of wild. And the world is open to us again. It feels like. I mean, we know that the pandemic continues, and it ain't over 100%, and there are a lot of places where people are still really struggling with it. But things seem to be getting better here, which means that we're able to set our sights on the horizon a bit and think about coming in person to where some of you might be.
Yes.
For an example, this weekend we're going to be in Hudson, New York tomorrow night, and we're going to be in Rosendale, New York on Sunday. We'll tell you more about that at the end of the show. Although we've been talking about it a lot on social media, so you probably already know all about it.
Yeah, all the cool kids know.
All the cool kids know. So, with that, do you think that perhaps we ought to play these nice people some music?
Let's do that.
But we should probably tell them that they might want to throw on...
Oh, yes, if they have the 3D glasses. If those in the society have their 3D glasses, or if anyone has...
Yeah, if you just happen to have your 3D glasses, this might be a good time to throw them back on.
Yeah.
All
This might
right.
be a good time. This is our summertime hit.
Here we go.
How does it start with me?
Road trip on a summer day. Need a little getaway.
Leave the city far behind. Out of state and out of mind.
Cross the border, cross the bridge. Make a stop but make it quick.
Rearview mirror, cloud of dust. Are they catching up with us? If we can make it to Ocean City, everything will be alright. Make it down the Jersey Turnpike. Make it through the night. They will lose us in the blur of spinning carnival ride. We can start over together in the spinning neon lights. So baby, drive. So baby, drive.
We met up to say goodbye. Now I can't remember why.
That was way back yesterday. For this ragtop Chevrolet.
Parked there like the answer yes. Out from our happiness.
That's when you saw the key to our future in the front seat. If we can make it to Ocean City, everything will be alright. Make it down the Jersey Turnpike. Make it through the night. They will lose us in the blur of spinning carnival rides. We can start over together in the blinking neon lights. So baby, drive. So baby, drive. We don't know what's waiting for us. We don't have a plan. Can't imagine anybody else would understand. But the top is down, the wind is in our hair. We feel alive. So baby, put a little lead in it and drive. If we can make it to Ocean City, everything will be alright. Make it down the Jersey Turnpike. Make it through the light. They will lose us in the blur of spinning carnival rides. We can start over together in the blinking neon
Oh, well, it's good to be back in the
log flume.
in the hypnotic void after the. All right.
Oh, I could just get lost in that.
Here, I'm just gonna put it to the regular hypnotic void.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's a little. It's like an instant headache, but in a good way.
The best way.
Speaking of, what are we drinking?
Oh yes, what are we drinking? Oh, is it time for that?
Yeah, it's time for that. And also, what are all of you drinking out there on the other side of the
void?
The void. What are we drinking?
We're drinking the Firefly.
Oh, the Firefly. What's in the Firefly?
We have gin, tonic, elderflower infused tonic.
Ooh,
actually,
fancy.
Some what do we got? These berries.
These are mulberries. I
you.
foraged them from the.
Forged them from steel.
I foraged them from a few doors down, where they said, or at least one of the guys who lives there said it's fine if I can pick as many as I want. It wasn't clear whether it was okay if I went inside the fence. So I've only been picking them outside the fence. But what I've learned is if you hold on real tight with one hand to the fence and you reach, if you have a long arm, you can reach a lot of the really good looking ripe ones that are pretty high up. So yeah, mulberries, they're delicious.
And why is this called the Firefly?
Why is this called the Firefly? Maybe we need to demonstrate why it's called the Firefly.
All right. I'm going to go.
I'm just going to sit here.
Do the thing. You have the equipment?
Oh, I have the equipment. I was born with the equipment. I mean, I wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah, after puberty. Okay. All right.
All right, wait. I'm gonna just.
All
right. I'm gonna.
It's okay. Don't be afraid.
Okay, don't be afraid. What am I? Oh, I'm doing. Okay.
Okay.
So here we are, under Blacklight, with our gin and tonics. And
look. Tonic water. Responds to black light.
Did you know tonic water glows under black light?
Yes. What's it called? Fluorescence?
Fluorescence. Yeah. Fluorescence.
So cool.
So cool.
You know what else glows in black light?
Uranium glass.
Uranium glass and pirate booty.
Pirate booty does not glow under black light, we have determined. But this uranium glass ice cream dish from Carrie Alexandria Castor sure does.
Sure does. This is so cool.
And it matches these amazing uranium glass earrings, which Justin and MC sent a while back. So, yeah. And my pox on my face.
Your pox.
My pox.
Pox on your pox. And look, also the world card glows.
Oh, yeah, look at that. And also teeth. Oh, sorry.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Yes, I have real teeth.
Real teeth.
All right. That was a little show and tell.
Yeah. So, is that all of our blacklight?
Gags?
Get blacklight gags. Yeah. Oh wait, there's our.
Oh yeah, of course.
There's our ghost up there, but she's kind of out of frame. Here, we can bring her down.
Yeah.
Or can we? This is the part where Jeff falls and gets really hurt during the last episode.
Don't. This is our friend
Maggie Brown.
Maggie Brown.
Yep. She's on the other side of the seance table. You get Maggie Brown. Thank you, Larva Jane, for sending us Maggie Brown from Staghorn House.
Yeah, Maggie just glows on her own, really. She doesn't need much.
No. She doesn't need much.
Yeah,
look at that face. All right,
my mother could love.
Yeah. All right, well, yeah, I'm just going to sip my glowing gin and tonic until Jeff turns the lights back on.
All right, here we go.
On. I said on. Okay, here we are. We're back.
This is why this is an extra long episode.
Yeah, there's a lot of stage magic that needs to happen, and it's not like we have it's not like we have a crew of
We do have a crew.
We do have a crew. We have a fine crew of minions and hench persons, but they're not actually in the room with us. Sierra asks an excellent question. Is it radioactive? Sierra, we were planning to test this tonight on the show, whether it was radioactive, but the Geiger counter seems to be experiencing some technical difficulties. So we're going to look into that, and the Geiger counter experiments are going to have to be a post-season 3 exploration. Whether that happens in future live streams, we will talk later about what the future live streams will entail, or whether that will be standalone episodes or videos. Rest assured, we will figure out the Geiger counter situation. But in the meantime, we can just hypothesize that the tonic water is hopefully not radioactive. Yeah.
But your earrings are.
But my earrings are, but just mildly. I mean, like, don't like crush them up and snort them, but it's probably fine. It's probably fine.
Probably fine.
Yeah. All right. So.
Okay. What is...
Oh, Judy has an interesting theory about the mulberries. All right, we're going to look into this in some detail.
Yeah. We're going to really feature this Geiger counter because it's a beautiful instrument, and we had it working, but there's some problem with it right now. Yeah. But we love it.
Yeah, we love it. It's the most beautiful, and we're definitely going to feature it. Matt wants to know where we got these glasses.
That's a drinky.
Didn't we get them like out of your kitchen cabinet?
No, I got these at the secondhand store on the way over here one night.
Oh. Okay, so Matt, at the secondhand store on the way over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, so this drink is called the Firefly, and we have composed a new verse of the animal song. You ready?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Okay.
Firefly.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Firefly.
Firefly.
Shine your flashlight in my eye.
Secret code just like a spy.
Firefly. That was good. That was good. All right. We're going to play another song, but we thought that perhaps we would take a request from one of you.
Oh, yes.
And heads up, we're going to be taking only requests from here on out on this show because it's the season finale.
Yeah.
And sure, we have a spreadsheet that tells us which songs we haven't played in a while and which ones we've played more than we think. But, like, let's leave this one up to you.
Yeah.
So feel free to offer up some suggestions.
Yeah.
And, all right, well.
All right. Well, look at that. That was quick. And the more we drink, the better they will get, especially if we haven't played in a while.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. That one.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Here are some amazing things.
About manta rays.
They resemble magical flying carpets.
Or mysterious capes.
Some call them devilfish.
Or eagle rays.
Is that another name for them, or just one kind?
We're not sure. They are migratory.
Over the ocean.
What do they eat?
Zooplankton.
They exhibit a dark intelligence.
They're saltwater dwelling.
They can grow up to 7 meters wide.
That's 23 feet.
Away.
Manta rays. We don't know why they do the things they do. But one day, I would like to ride one.
I would like to ride one.
I would like to ride one too.
I would like to ride one too.
Are they electrical?
No.
Do they have eye stalks or antennae?
Not eye stalks, but cephalic lobes.
Are their mouths on bottom like a vacuum?
No.
Do they sleep?
We're not sure. Manta rays.
We don't know why they do the things they do.
But would like to ride one too. I would like to ride one too.
How does this next verse start?
Anyone know?
Oh, I got it.
Okay.
They have an electrical sting barb.
They cannot swim backwards.
What?
Oh, those sharks are swimming backwards. Sorry.
Oh, I got... Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I get it.
They have a vestigial sting barb.
They cannot swim backwards.
They're cousins to sharks and skates.
They're kind of hard to talk to.
2 words.
Live pups.
Are they immortal?
We're not sure. Manta rays. We don't know why they do the things they do, the things they do.
But one day, I would like to ride one.
I would like to ride one too.
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 True story.
True story. And that shark was swimming backwards when you said that. I couldn't.
But a manta ray can't.
But they're cousins
Yeah. Well,
to sharks and skate.
yeah.
And
It's
that's
science.
It's science. That's what differentiates cousins.
Yeah.
It's backward swimming.
Yeah. A lot of good requests here in the comments. We will ask you to put those in again when it's next time to put to place the request because there's a lot going on in the chat feed, which we love. It's wonderful, but we will not remember. So stand by for another request for song suggestions. Well,
Yes.
what's gonna happen now?
I don't know. I mean, I do know.
Yeah.
We could look at the thing.
All right. Well, here I'm gonna go back to we're not underwater anymore. We're here in the Blacklight cave, the Blacklight
It's so
psychedelic
comforting.
Blacklight caves. Yeah, it's nice here. Yeah, I'm just taking a moment to like enjoy this, to savor this moment because it goes by so quickly.
Just like that. Yeah. It goes by so quickly.
Carol wants to know if we have any thoughts on the baby squid sent to the ISS to study their behavior in zero gravity. Wow, that squid is. I have a lot of thoughts about this. That squid's gonna be mad, probably.
Mad or finally, I'm home.
Yeah, and I mean, don't you think it's kind of a mistake to send squids to outer space? I mean, I guess octopuses. I know it's not octopi, but it's a habit. It seems like it would be more of a mistake to send octopuses into space because they're so frighteningly intelligent. I assume that they would take over control of the ISS and havoc would ensue. Yeah, but they'd probably do a better job than us at running things, so maybe it would be fine.
Yeah, once they figure out this longevity thing.
Yeah, well, it's I mean, the problem for octopuses, of course, is like they don't live very long, and also they have no culture. Like the mother octopus dies before the eggs hatch, so they have to start from scratch every generation. Although I feel like we have to basically start from scratch every generation too. I mean, like, look at us.
Yeah, there's some parenting going on usually. There's some sort of nurturing.
Yeah. There's like a relay chain of information and strange beliefs.
I mean, once they figure out, Google Drive or whatever, they can just.
Yeah, or they can do those sad videos that are like, if you're watching this video,
I'm already
dead. But here are my instructions.
Yeah.
And if I were an octopus, that's definitely what I would do.
I might do that anyway. Okay.
Yeah. International Squid Station.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, Justin, if you did just go meet the delivery guy while wearing 3D glasses, it's perfectly appropriate because you were, in fact, operating in 3D.
Yes, and hopefully your delivery was in 3D.
Yeah, there's nothing to be ashamed of about wearing 3D glasses. All right, well, The next segment on the show is kind of a new one, and it is, of course, time to meet a society member.
Meet a society member.
A huge shout out to the Society of the Mysterious Hand. Your support and your presence and your efforts toward our world domination plans are so deeply appreciated. And it's nice to give each of you a little moment in the spotlight. Now, many more of you submitted for this opportunity to be in the hot seat, as it were. So we're going to have to either save a lot of these for season 4, whatever season 4 ends up being, or perhaps we will share some of these in the recess, the summer recess. But in the meantime, let's all meet Melissa.
Hey, Melissa.
Melissa's from Batavia, Illinois.
Favorite poisonous plant is belladonna.
Pets, you have Houdini, the betta fish.
Special skill, charming the pantaloons off of people.
So if you're wearing pantaloons,
watch out.
And the Charming Disaster song character, Melissa, what most identifies with is the secretary. So thank you, Melissa, for sharing a little bit about yourself for everyone. If you're curious about the Society of the Mysterious Hand, of course, simply inquire within. Wow, that was fun.
Yeah.
But you know what else is fun? Our special guest. We have a very special guest joining us.
We have a guest?
Yes, a guest, and this is actually a repeat guest. Almost all of our guests have been, one-offs. Not because we don't want them to come back, because our guests have been uniformly pretty awesome. But there's a lot of amazing people, but there's nobody as amazing as the Amazing Sargasso. The Amazing Sargasso, conduit of the preborn, has spent his long, uncomfortable life bringing to the ears of a reluctant public the implacable truth of hypnoscience.
Confused.
Tantalized.
Confront your tomorrow with the Amazing Sargasso.
Thank you, Charmaine and Disastro.
We are so very honored to have you joining us once more. Thrice now you have graced us with your presence.
Thrice I have come, and thrice I shall triumph. My sweet, sweet summer children. Once again, the preborn have beseeched me, myself, and I, your Sargasso, to open the deepest glands and orifices of my mind, to slurp at the fountain of their nectaricious wisdom. These precious cosmic preschoolers say the darndest things in a supernaturally cute language from beyond the edge of time and sanity. And like any supernatural being scouring the cosmos for the unutterable fragments of ulterior meaning, they have been working hard, and they've been looking forward to kicking back for summertime. Yes, the terrifying haunted emptiness of the universe, summer can't come fast enough. So crack a cold one. And by that I mean a cold revelation of the soul-blasting absence of meaning that underlies your tiny life. And kick it with us as we provide you and me with a guide to hot Sargasso summer. The first slide, please. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, yes, now's the time to get on my velocipede and head on out to defeat and outrace the bone-white horse of my own failure, to perch on top of the big boy wheels of my own power, to exult in the feelings of my thighs a-bulging in my pantaloons, the wind in my mutton chops. Yes, a song in my heart. Proceed to the next slide. But safety first. The wheel of summer is the wheel of fortune, crushing the unwary and those who don't strap it on properly. But your face in the dirt, smelling the earthy track, can be a grounding experience. Proceed to the next slide. Yes, while you're doing that, here's the rest of us, safe inside, having a special moment. Proceed to the next slide. But for those of you with fortitude and the credit score to really enjoy our summer programs, you will find yourself with a season of full-skirted triumph over the sad boys who never believed in you or your special flag. Proceed. So we all know it's been a long pandemic, and we need to put on our skirts and show off our shins and get out amongst our cherished pals. Pack up a few bottles of bubbly and head on out for the monuments to those you've triumphed over and perhaps aided in their journey to their final resting place. Pull together your old squadron of hedge people and loyal compatriots in well-doing things and raise a glass to those who can't be there to raise one with you. Proceed to the next slide. Now, before you head on out to the nearest Gandhi dancing hall, ask yourself the important questions. Do I have enough checks on my trousers? How's my hat? When I lean over, can I angle myself in just the right way to see that other special someone across the room? The one with the hat as good as mine? These are questions that you need to be able to answer before venturing out into the high-stepping tiptoe world of the night. Proceed to the next slide. Now, your coworkers are probably eager for you to join them at the workstation. Remember that in the new healthy environment that we're entering into, feeling free, using our stretching to the utmost is going to really be what makes us productive work citizens. Proceed to the next slide. But beware a premature entry into certain kinds of socialization. You see, these two gentlemen with their sad mien are clearly unable to really take down the amount of absinthe that a person needs to really conquer the summertime. Next slide, please. Here we have two much more successful absinthe quaffers. The gentle soul on the left has wisely chosen to vape and schlape, as we say in the old country, while the charming young woman on the right is gotten herself into the state that we like to call absinthe lockjaw. This allows you to really contemplate the endlessness of time while still putting off the terrible moment of the check. Proceed to the next slide. But what of those of us fortunate enough to have entered into a truly enlightened moment of socialization? What kind of program can Sargasso offer those of you ready to take it to the next level, to blow the horn, if you will, of your own enlightenment? Proceed to the next slide. Yes, Sargasso's Summer Institute provides a healthy, structured regimen of ritual, relaxation, diet, and above all, sunshine. Proceed to the next slide. You can see our investors here in an important meeting in which they've clearly established the scientific principles upon which we run the Summer Institute. This was a candid shot just before a terrible outbreak of pudding. Proceed to the next slide. The gateway to Sargasso's Summer Institute has been lovingly reconstructed from a scientific pedagogical establishment that I came upon while in an ergot frenzy. I've managed to to simulate the experience of entering into what I would call a work and improvement regimen of a lost era. Next slide, please. Here you see the old outbuildings, which were far too whimsical for the discipline and rigor that we demand in Sargasso's Summer Institute. Next slide, please. Yes, here we see many of the institute's members last year working feverishly away on their joyful summer project, writing Karl Ove Knausgaard's next book. Proceed to the next slide. Here we see one of the most beloved activities of every evening at the Institute, the remonstrance at meal. The remonstrance at meal is usually accompanied by a collective whinging, but in this case, there was a simple chastisement followed immediately by what we call whimsically the black hole. Next slide, please. Calisthenics are important, and we believe that every night before bed, a certain kind of stretching, not only of the body, but of the mind, and particularly of the esophagus, needs to take place. Next slide, please. Here you see the residence hall. Night lights, we have found, help alleviate the discomfort caused by new arrivals, especially those brought in unmarked vans, who are often disoriented, troubled by the challenges and excitements of the new venue. Sometimes the sounds coming from the deeper recesses of the residence caverns can be unsettling to those not used to a 14-tone scale. Next slide, please. But when you've met our counselors, Romy and Chergo, you'll know that they really care for every one of us. This is, you can see Romy and Chergo here leading a troop. Most of them are resting on the ground, leading a troop of well, we call them recruits, but interns is another word that one can use in a dirt harvesting exercise. Next slide, please. Now, we've spoke of absinthe earlier. Of course, most of you are subscribers to Sargasso's Absinthe of the Month Club, but you may not know that all of Sargasso's absinthe is produced in our special daycare facility for those attending the regular seminar. These lovely little brats just enjoy the wormwood pounding tubs so much. They're at it for 12, 13, 14 hours a day. Can't get enough. Next slide, please. Here's part of one of our nature walks. We've constructed some special moments for those of the campers who like to experience a kind of a soul ravishment in the pure beauty of nature. Tetanus shots are not required, but we do ask that you sign a non-disclosure agreement. Next slide, please. And this, of course, is every attendee's favorite. Really, it's kind of the favorite event at the end of every session that we simply call Hammer Time. Next slide, please. Now, the staff are well trained, often have a delightful sense of humor about the goings on. We had a short documentary filmed about one of the sessions. I understand that it's been screened in a number of places. Really, just a very special group of people. None of them speak a word of English, but really they get everything across through sign language and of course ergot. Next slide, please. Burning Man is a word that I am currently suing a lot of people over, but It's always the climax of every session. And when summer is a coming in, as we sing at the end of every session, you'll know that you've really been transformed, possibly for the last time after attending the Institute. Next slide, please. And this is just here because of the Grateful Dead. They're just fucking awesome. Still just my favorite. So that's it. That's summer. It's gonna be over, and then it's gonna be nothing but a hot, dry fall. So dig in, mix it up, maybe quit your job and come to the Institute. I'm not going to say we're going to take care of you, but what I'll say is there's a place for you.
Thank you so much, Amazing One. We've been so edified and inspired by your presentation.
And instructed.
So, yes, very much so. We would like to allow the viewers to ask some questions if they will, but we would kick off the questions. Is there an application process for entry into the Institute, and how might we go about submitting ourselves?
Yes, we've been fortunate enough to acquire the rights to the old movie phone system. So you simply dial movie phone, and the movie phone gentleman who was surprisingly eager for work and addicted to an enormous amount of substances, and so very, very manipulable, I will say. He will guide you through a telephone. It's not so much a telephone tree as kind of a telephone labyrinth that will extract all the information we require.
Excellent.
Peter would like to know if beverages will be provided.
It's more in the nature of you will provide the beverages. You will make the beverages. You will extract the beverages, sometimes from plant material that we've found or has been scavenged. Sometimes you'll do the scavenging. Sometimes the beverages will, just sort of appear because we're trying something out, and we encourage you not to ask many questions. Drink the beverage, fill out the questionnaire, allow Dr. Gropius to take the measurements he requires, and that's going to happen. Yeah.
Yeah, just drink the beverage. I mean,
just drink the beverage. It's
so
summer,
hard.
Y'all. You know what I'm saying? Just drink the beverage.
Yeah. Well, I think
let Dr. Gropius make the measurements. It's very important. Don't rush him.
Of course.
You think I'm difficult to deal with?
No, not at all. We find you most commodious.
Dr. Gropius bit me the last time I talked to him. I mean, I deserved it. Don't rush him.
Do you have many repeat visitors to the Institute?
Repeat visitors is an interesting term. We have a lot of permanent to semi-permanent residents, people who we find at the end of the session just aren't ready to leave. Their usefulness in life, we have determined, is really at the Institute. Now, some people do leave. They're exhausted. They're incapable of further productive labor. Perhaps their various accounts have been drained. Some of them come back. Some of them come literally crawling back, as we do provide beverages. So,
all right, we have one final question for you before we release you back into the void. They say the European eel migrates to the Sargasso Sea to reproduce, though none have ever witnessed it. Are you secretly amassing an eel army? And if not, why not?
This may be the only intelligent question that I've ever received, so I want to commend the Oscar for that. There's no secret about the eel army. No. The eel army is really a very public-facing project. We've sought investment. We've encouraged many of the leading air pirates, dirigible bandits to join us. We're looking at a kind of an aqueous aerostatic sort of dual strike force that could really dominate, certainly a large island, looking at Madagascar, wondering, could that be a base of operations? And then expanding from there. So eel army, looking at really any creature that can be amassed in force like that. Coyotes are really of great interest to us at the Institute. They're fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we could really put together something with that. But no, the eel army, definitely. The eels, or really more of an eel navy, I suppose one ought to say. A going concern, really exciting to see. We've got a whole YouTube channel. Check it out. It's a lot of fun. And come on down, feed the eels, make a day of it with the kids, and
Wonderful.
maybe stay to have a beverage and be tested.
Wonderful. Well, Amazing Sargasso, thank you so much for sharing your wisdom with us. We're so enlightened and edified, and we can't wait to invest in the eel army, enroll in the Institute, and basically anything else that you tell us.
And the hot
do.
Sargasso summer, of course.
And I think we're all ready to begin our hot Sargasso summer.
I wish to wish, although I cannot wish, everyone here the blazing, effulgent, magnificent season of their wildest and most impossible dreams.
Wonderful.
I can't wish that, but if I could wish it, I would.
You could. No, we understand.
It's your legal right.
It's right. It's a thing. It's there's just my hands are tied. Literally. I mean, not. Yeah.
Well, with that, we bid you adieu, and we send you back into the howling void from whence you came. Begone. Whew. Just like that.
Just like that. Amazing.
Oh, amazing. The amazing Sargasso, everyone. We are so grateful that he could once again bless us with his extreme wisdom.
Yeah. The eel army, of course.
Yeah, the eel army. And I mean, we didn't ask if they were electrical eels, but I assume that they were.
I assume there's electrical eel army.
Yeah, you can power a lot of dirigibles off of that.
Yes, and coyotes.
Or whatever. Yeah. Well, speaking of electrical things, maybe it's time to play another song.
Is it time?
Is it time?
I don't feel like singing that much.
Okay, well, what if we got like a robot assistant?
Could we?
We could.
Could we?
Yes, I think we should.
Look, right over here. It's our friend.
Look at that! It's our friend
from Texas. All right. Should we?
Yeah, let's maybe we can do
place it in the void over here?
Place it in the void, and we can do a little robot duet, perhaps.
Yeah. Okay. Where I just want it to be heard.
I think here. Oh, because it's
heard.
Here, I'll.
Here.
Just.
Yeah.
That seems alright.
Attractive.
Right? Yeah. No, it's not as. We didn't think this through, obviously.
It's so true.
All right. Well. Here, we're gonna get everybody a good look at it, and then we're just gonna put it where it's near the microphone.
Okay.
Okay. There we go.
Okay.
You ready?
Ready?
Yeah.
Say it.
Someone.
Say it. Quiet.
Quiet.
Say it.
Worth.
Say it. Bushel.
Bushel.
Say it. Shovel.
Shovel.
Say it. Laugh.
Laugh.
Harvest.
Say it. Heavy.
Heavy.
Say it. Already.
Already.
Say it. Search.
Search.
Spell. Promise.
Harvest.
Say it.
I just got carried away. I couldn't help it. Trying to get by all by myself. It didn't have to be this way. Got carried away. Ooh.
Say it.
Just got carried away.
Trouble.
I couldn't help
Trouble.
it. Try to get by all by myself. It
Measure.
didn't have to be this way. Got carried
Remote.
away.
Remove.
Say it. Wolves.
Wolves.
Say it. Ranger.
Ranger.
Say it. Coming. Spell. Remove. Say it.
I
Just got carried away. I couldn't help it. Try to get by all by myself. It didn't have to be this way. Got carried away. Got carried away. Got carried away. Got carried away.
Healthy.
Carried away.
Say it. Statue.
Carried away.
Period. Say it. Mother. Spell. Healthy.
Wow.
Wow.
We're still getting the hang of this speak and spell, but the divination potential of this speak and spell seems very high.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, well, we're gonna keep on working on our
Yeah.
our robot collaboration, during our
Divination collaboration.
divination collaboration over the summer recess. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think it's coming along. Though.
Yeah, it's coming along. Well, we had a couple of oh yes, Henchperson Dan. If you haven't already shared the link to for folks to share the Amazing to follow the Amazing Sargasso on Instagram, please go ahead and do that. Although you may have already done it and I missed it. There's a lot of clever commentary going on in the chat. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't keep up with the.
Nobody can.
With the anyway, we have had a selection of correspondence
Mm-hmm.
directed to Professor Bellows, and we wanted to allow Professor Bellows to respond. Here we go.
Wait a second. Okay. In seeing that charming disaster... Oh, excuse me. Dear Professor Bellows, in seeing the charming disaster was able to crowdfund their album and then some. Congratulations to them, by the way, and it made me curious as to what you would do if you got $20,000, Professor. Thank you. Curious.
Dear Curious, I'm so glad you asked. With 20 G's, I would establish a laboratory where my research team of taxidermied reptiles would investigate the mysteries of immortality, from mummification to cursed paintings. And of course, I would acquire a very fancy, tiny accordion. Sincerely yours, Professor Bellows. Because it's coming.
Yeah, you do it. I don't know. What's happening? What's happening? Oh, okay.
Yeah, everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Wow.
Well, that was some remarkably sage advice from Professor
Yeah.
Bellows.
I didn't even catch them leave.
Oh yeah, it was very subtle, that transition. There was one other question for Professor Bellows
Yes.
as well.
Yes.
Perhaps we should let the professor address that?
Sure. Why don't we ask it on screen and then have the professor answer
Oh,
it?
sure.
All
right.
right. Since I messed up that first asking,
No,
let me ask it
you
again.
were fine.
Let me ask again. All right. Dearest Professor Bellows, I need your wisdom to help me interpret a disturbing sequence of events. Recently, the clock on my wall quit working. I changed the battery. It worked briefly, then died again. I deduced it was simply a time to replace the clock and did so. Unfortunately, the second clock went the way of the first and in the same manner, working briefly, then dying. I repeated my efforts with a third clock, only for it to follow the others to the great beyond. What does it mean? I'm coming to a disturbing interpretation. Any words of wisdom would greatly be appreciated. Sincerely, Time's Up.
Dear Time's Up, temporal anomalies such as that which you describe are more common than you think, and have been keeping the clock industrial complex profitable for centuries, even during the age of the sundial and the incense clock. There is no need to be alarmed, but perhaps it's time to consider hanging your clock in a location other than immediately adjacent to a black hole. Yours eternally, Professor Bellows.
Wow.
Wow.
I never thought of that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it happens more than you'd think, huh?
Mm-hmm. And I was just been throwing out all my clocks.
Yeah,
See
you probably
why.
thought there's something wrong with the clocks, but there's
But it's time itself.
it's time itself in that one spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's important to test these things scientifically, I guess. You
Yeah.
know, like, you don't know if it's the clock or the place where the clock is hanging that's causing the trouble.
It seems like the professor's from New Orleans or something.
Nobody knows where
amazing.
the professor's from.
So strange. So amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I suspect that the professor is maybe on the run and so is attempting to disguise
their voice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Probably.
That's it's just a theory. Well, the next thing that is going to happen is we're going to take another request. And I know that a lot of you had some great requests that happened in the before times.
Yes, you're going to have to do it again.
A lot's happened since then. You know, we had the Amazing Sargasso.
You might not want to hear that song. You might want to hear some other song.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, we're gonna give it a second, and then we're gonna pick one at random.
I was
pretty
drinking
much.
water.
Oh God. And then we're gonna play some. All right. We have some instrumentation requests as well, which is interesting. Only kazoo. Yep. Theremins.
Like
Interesting. Maracas. Yeah, I suspect this is about some side conversation that we missed the beginning of, but that's fine. It's all inspiring.
Mm-hmm. All right, which one are you feeling?
You pick. You can pick. Yeah.
Starts with an O.
Okay.
Ends with an S.
Okay.
But not that song.
Okay.
Let's go.
Go out on the marshes, pick the pieces up. They chopped you into little bits I gathered.
Anoint yourself with myrrh, and walking through serrated grasses, close the gap that's come between us.
Lord of love, dead man, resurrection,
Twin sister, empress, crying Isis.
better call the priestess, cracked the seated chest, took out his heart and wrapped him in white linen.
Jackal-headed doctor, cut the bandages. The queen is weeping tears into the river.
Lord of love, dead man. above the vultures, winged scavengers, trace hieroglyphs, the king is reassembled. Lord of love, dead man,
resurrection,
twin sister,
empress, crying Isis, What's next on our list of things?
Well, it's a very special time.
Oh, it's getting late, but it doesn't even matter because this is our
season finale.
Yeah, we can
season
do whatever we
finale.
want.
Yes,
no one's kicking us out tonight.
Definitely gonna run a little long. Well, it's a special time because a lot of you really wanted to send us something before today so that we could open it on the air. So this is a kind of extra mailbag time.
Yeah.
But we can't open anything till we play the song. Ready?
Yeah.
Parse a postal letter, drop us a line. We'll open it together at mailbag time. Send a box of chocolates or a jug of moonshine. We'll open it together at mailbag time. Some ransom note, it's not a crime. We'll open it together at mailbag time. A working Geiger counter, everything's fine. We'll open it together at mailbag time. Alright, well let's begin the mailbag time because so many of you send us some stuff that we are overwhelmed with gratitude and appreciation already, and we have not even opened the boxes yet.
That's for sure. All right, this comes from Justin Schneider.
Justin Schneider.
And inside, ooh, that's a little hard.
Oh, there's a little. All right, this is Justin's address. We won't show it on screen, but we will come to your house, Justin.
That's right, like it or not. You open.
There's a card picking up the green screen. The card has a cat riding a unicorn. Wait, I'm going to turn off the green screen so everybody can see it. All right. It's you still can't see it. It's a cat riding a unicorn. It says, "Peace out." Dearest disasters, we heard you were out of unicorns. Love, MC. And Justin.
This is...
Oh my God. It's some kind of oracle deck.
Oh my God, this is awesome.
It says arcane bullshit.
I've seen this on Kickstarter. This is a amazing
Oh, that's so
kind
great.
of tarot-esque deck of arcane bullshit. Exactly. Here we have the coffin full of tacos and snakes.
King Fancy.
Inverted squirrel.
Werewolf and pig making out.
Giving birth to a skull.
Baseball goat. Oh yeah, we could do a whole show that's
Yeah,
just this.
the penis weasel. It's got everything you need.
The gravy funnel. All right, well, this is going to help us a lot as we
Yes.
try to figure out what happens next. Thank you so much, Justin
you.
and MC.
This is
We
so
we
awesome.
cannot wait to do a house concert for you, and
Yeah.
we'll be in touch about that pretty soon. But yeah, we are
This is
super. Yeah, this is
substantial.
going to really help us figure
Yeah.
some shit out.
Oh, God.
Wow. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Moving right along.
What's next?
Oh, this is...
Ah, yes.
Yes. This is from...
Paula.
Paula, thank you. And this is from the Atomic Rock Shop.
The Atomic Rock Shop. Finally. An atomic rock, I guess. What is it? All right.
Oh, you read
So,
this thing. I'll
It
just...
says, on July 16th, 1945, the world changed forever. At 5:29 a.m., the gadget was detonated at the Alamogordo bombing range in New Mexico. It goes on. The desert was sucked up into the heart of the explosion, where high temperatures liquefied it and then rained down, cooled, and turned solid, creating a mildly radioactive light green glass called trinitite, named after Trinity, the code name of the first detonation of a nuclear device. It's...
Yeah, something is...
something's happening.
Something's happening.
Something's happening. In 1951, Dr. Ralph Prey somewhat covertly collected 4 truckloads of trinitite from the Trinity test site. In his estimation, the total was roughly 500 to 600 pounds per load. Your specimen comes from this collection. How cool is that? And then there's some provenance stuff where, like, what happened to the collection, and Atomic Rock Shop attained a sizable amount from the government scientist in 2015, a piece of which you now own. Thank you. That is so creepy and cool. And as soon as we get this Geiger counter up and running again, we will be sure to test this out.
That'll be the first thing we test.
It's going to be the first thing we test.
Thank you so much.
So cool. Thank you.
Okay. Next, we have from Madeline Dinnerstein.
There's a card.
Package and a card.
Dear Charming Disaster, I got this from a grab bag at a holiday party several years ago. It has been a nice desk decoration for me, but when I heard a song on the live stream a while back, it suddenly occurred to me that its better home would be with you. Enjoy, Madeline Dinnerstein. I wonder, is it like a murder weapon or oh, it's an artichoke.
It's an artichoke
Oh,
made
how
of
cool.
paper.
Oh, it's from the
Letter.
Scarlet Letter. Oh, how
How
cool.
appropriate.
A Scarlet Letter artichoke.
Oh,
That
this
is
is
so
beautiful.
appropriate. Thank you, Madeline. We will hang
Oh,
it.
I love this.
Oh, it's really cool. Check it out. You can, like, I don't know if you can see, it's got like some straight pins holding it.
Oh, I love it.
Cool. Thank you. So cool. Alright, let's do the envelopes. We got
Yes,
2 envelopes,
envelopes,
and then a
please.
box. Alright, you do that one, I'll do this
Yeah.
one. Alright.
Okay. This is from Jeff Vernier. And, of course, looks like some sort of ransom note.
Finally!
Oh, I can't.
We'll
really
take a
see
picture
it.
and we'll post it.
Yeah.
Because the camera's not picking up.
Charming Disaster. I have Professor Bellows. Where is the professor? He was too easy to catch. If you want to see him again, send $1 million. Or play in Philadelphia sometime. Jeff Vernier. Misfit Mementos. Ah.
Well, we will treasure this ransom note, and we will also take a picture of it and post it so you can see what it actually
and
looks
some
like.
awesome stickers,
Because it
too.
looks very cool. It's, classic ransom note style.
Yeah, it's not a crime.
Yeah, to be clear, the circumstances preceding the ransom note typically are a crime, but the actual sending of the ransom note is not
Yeah.
a crime. Although, I guess technically it's extortion, which is a crime. So maybe it is a crime, but let's not split hairs.
Let's not.
All right, finally a
Thank you.
ransom note. Thank you.
That is handsome.
All right, and this comes addressed to Professor Bellows. Professor Bellows, care of Mailbag Time, care of Charming D, care of Ellie Bisker, at my address. So, the postal carrier was
There's a lot of care given.
very clear on where to deposit this. Dear Professor Bellows, I have a question. It's a matter I cannot discuss here. Meet me at the home for waifs. Map enclosed. Tell no one. Sincerely, you know who. And enclosed is the map.
Ooh.
It shows up on the green screen in a pretty exciting way. Here, I'll turn off the green screen for a second. All right. Well, it kind of looks like a map of the Death Star to me. So I don't know if this is some kind of trap or what. It says group of slumless, smokeless cities. And this might be a sort of utopian
Oh, yeah.
map.
Oh, it's
Oh, no, it's Philadelphia. All right, we're going to have to study this map carefully in order to figure out where we're supposed to meet to discuss this matter
it is for the
cannot
professor.
be. Yeah, well, I guess we'll just give this to the professor. The professor can figure it out.
But if the professor is kidnapped,
Well, the professor's already been kidnapped. So, all right. Well, when we figure out how
We'll
to
figure this
arrange for
out.
the return of the professor, we'll give this to the professor. We might go with the professor, though, because
yeah.
although maybe there's some sort of time loop, and this is how the professor got kidnapped in the first place.
Oh, yeah.
It's all coming together.
True.
So, did
Okay.
we go with the professor the first time or not? Is the question.
That's a good question.
Yeah. All right. Well, we thank you for this correspondence on behalf of the professor, and we'll let you know how it goes.
And one more box. One more. I think this is the last one.
Yeah, that's the last one.
From Catherine Bowen, we received
A
some
box.
curious package.
Yes, very curious.
Suspicious package.
Oh my goodness. It has, it says, stay curious, but curious is spelled as in Madame Curie, which tells me this might have something to do with Marie Curie. There's an envelope, and in the envelope there is, oh goodness, there's a mysterious looking image. It says, I see, it's an image of a spirit medium. I see a backup kazoo, some sort of ransom note, and something else you require in your immediate future. The spirits have spoken. Another ransom note. This is madness.
This is madness.
There's more correspondence. Inside there's a card. And the card has an image of some women being menaced by a bear on some bumper cars, it appears. Oh, and this ransom note says, have a great summer or else.
Oh, my.
I guess we'll have to have a great summer then.
Yeah, well, we will now.
Ooh.
'Cause look,
that
the
is
original tin kazoo.
That is a very fancy, handsome kazoo.
Really handsome. Here, put that somewhere.
I'm going to stick this in my pocket.
And look, oh, I see what this is.
What is it? What is it?
This is moonshine.
It's moonshine!
Little
Tiny jugs of moonshine.
little mason jars of moonshine. Old smoky
Old
moonshine.
smoky moonshine. The prophecy is complete.
It's complete.
And thus the season can conclude with no loose ends untied. It looks like there are 3 kinds of tiny moonshine.
Oh.
Old smoky moonshine. Oh no,
This is
oh,
blackberry.
oh, this is peppermint moonshine. This is blackberry moonshine. And what's that one?
Much punch. Oh, hunch punch.
Punch punch moonshine.
Ooh.
Thank you, Catherine
Thank
Bowen,
you.
for this delightful tiny moonshine. We assume because it's tiny, it's actually intended for Professor Bellows, which is perfectly fair. Professor Bellows has certainly earned it.
Yes.
But maybe
Professor.
we'll get to have a little bit.
Yes, I think the professor might share. The professor has been traumatized by all these kidnappings, but
This is pretty thrilling.
It is thrilling. Wow, this was overwhelming.
It is just as foretold.
It is foretold. And the prophecy is complete.
The prophecy is complete. Well, you know what that means.
Cheers.
Cheers. Time to play another song. All right, which means we're going to take another request. And you can feel free to put new requests in the chat. We will also take a little scroll up and see if we can see any of the old requests. No, we cannot see any of the old requests, although maybe we can remember some of them. But no, we're just going to let you put in some new requests.
Moonshine.
All right, we haven't done that one in a while. This one? Another.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that one. Yep.
How does that one go?
G. Starts with G.
Yeah.
F, G.
Yeah.
Okay.
G minor. Secretary says you've got a meeting.
The secretary's always right.
You don't know what you do without her.
And you can't even remember how you met her.
But she runs your life.
She keeps the wolves away when you most need it.
You need it more than yesterday.
The pencil in her hair is always
But
sharp.
nothing sharper than the look she gives you when you try to make her stay. Secretary knows your weaknesses. A dozen roses, sweetnesses, no more than she deserves from you. Tell her to tell you what to do. You don't know where she goes when she leaves you. Even if you did, who would believe you?
Shouting on the phone has gotten frequent.
Hands are shaky and you need a shave.
The secretary steps out for a minute.
Fancy whiskey, razors, aspirin, and the order for your wife's
Bouquet.
secretary knows your weaknesses. A dozen roses, sweetnesses, no more than she deserves from you. Tell her to tell you what to do. The smell of smoke is always on her breath. Though you've never seen her smoke a single cigarette. Did you get the secretary's memo?
Pay attention, cause it's gonna hurt.
The secretary says she'll take a letter
Did you let her take the thing that's beating
underneath your starched
white shirt?
Secretary knows your weaknesses. A dozen roses, sweetnesses, no more than she deserves from you. Tell her to tell you what to do. Is she on your side or taking over? She'll eat your heart if you tell her you love her. Secretary knows your weaknesses. A dozen roses, sweetnesses.
Secretary knows your weakness.
Her to tell you what to do.
Secretary knows.
Secretary knows.
Secretary knows.
Secretary knows.
Secretary knows.
Secretary knows.
True story.
Indeed, and if you need, if you have any questions or queries for us about things like bookings or show tickets or, how to do your own house concert, you can email the secretary at secretary@charmingdisaster.com. She does have her own email address. I think she might have had her own email address before we even,
Before we did.
Yeah, I don't even remember setting that up, honestly.
Exactly. As it says in the song, we don't even remember when she started this whole.
So true.
Did she start the band? Did she get...
I kind of think she might be responsible for all of this.
For this, yeah. Here's to the secretary.
Yeah, to the secretary. All right, well, Matt has a great question. When are you coming to the Midwest?
That's a great question.
It is a great question. So, so here's the thing. The world just opened back up for us in terms of touring. And our plan is we've got some summer shows in the Hudson Valley and New England, so kind of sticking around the Northeast. What are those shows? We have shows this very weekend, in fact, in Hudson and in Rosendale, New York. If you go to charmingdisaster.com/shows, you can see all the shows we have coming up that have been announced. There are a couple of shows that aren't yet announced, but we're going to tell you about them right now. And this is not quite yet answering Matt's question, but I feel like...
This is a long lead up.
This is a long lead up. Okay, so this weekend, Hudson, New York, Rosendale, New York. In July 16th, we're going to be in Beacon, New York, to play a live show that will also be live streamed. And also in July, we're going to be in the Providence Fringe Festival from July 20th to 22nd. We're waiting for them to officially announce it so that we can then officially announce it, and tickets don't go on sale till early July. But you can save the date if you're going to be in or around Providence, July 20th to 22nd.
That's Rhode Island.
That's Providence, Rhode Island, yes. Not yet the Midwest, you may have noticed. In August, we're going to be at the Foundry in West Stockbridge, which is in the Berkshires in western Massachusetts. No Bailey, I saw you in the live stream. No Bailey works at the Foundry, and we love No, and we're super excited to go back there. So yeah, Western Mass, we're coming your way in August. Okay.
But what about the Midwest?
What about the Midwest? So our hope is that we can get to the Midwest this fall. We have tour booking is an insane series of contingencies and dominoes falling and
3D
triggering.
chess.
It's basically 3D chess. So we have applied to a couple of kind of festival things in the fall, and if either one of those
handy for 3D chess.
Oh yeah, that's definitely going to help us. So we're kind of waiting to see how some things happen, and then once we know about those things, we'll know where we are planning to go based on those things. But my hope is that we can do the Midwest around Halloween time, and maybe the West Coast before the year is up. So we played the Midwest not last fall, because last fall was. Was a wash. But 2 years ago, when we opened for Rasputina, we hit a lot of places in the Midwest, and it was wonderful, and we really want to go back. So we're working on it. We're thinking about it more and more, and stay tuned. We will keep you posted as our plans evolve. But we are definitely planning to be back on the road in a bigger and bigger way as the year progresses. Assuming that the plague doesn't get worse again.
Right.
And yes, Carol Olson. Whizbang does have a theater in Cleveland, and we were supposed to play a show there in July of 2020, which we had to cancel. So we are all about coming back to Cleveland. We are all about coming back to Chicago and and Milwaukee and all the places. We want to come there, and we are working on it. So
and also the West Coast. That's the next phase of our planning. We love the West Coast, and it's a place we really want to get to. And hopefully by the end of the year. Yeah. So or the beginning of the year.
So that's our goal.
That's our goal.
But we're kind of digging out of it. And this is a very long answer, but honestly, in a normal year, we start planning a tour at least 4 months out. And things were still too uncertain 4 months out from when we would want to be there. So we're working on it, and we'll keep you posted. But we are planning. Oh yeah, in the mid-south. Yeah, we're
Yeah,
So
all the places.
yes. So that's kind of that's a good way to segue into the announcements portion of our show. So we did mention July 16th in Beacon, a place called Dogwood. We hear it's really nice. And the Dogwood show is part of a series called Songsmith, where songwriters are invited to talk about songwriting process and kind of the creative process, and play some songs as well. So we're super excited to do that. And that show is going to be live streamed as well, and we're going to play a full set after that. And both of those, both the interview part and the full set are going to be live streamed. So if you're not convenient to Beacon, we super recommend getting a ticket to watch the live stream, which I just put that link in the chat. You'll notice that the tickets are a little expensive. If you're able to pay that, great. If you're not able to pay that, there are discount codes displayed on that ticket page, and so it's kind of an honor system. Like, you just pick the discount code that works best for you. And I'm told that there will be a chat thing in whatever live streaming portal they're using, so you can do your usual chatter. Although we won't be able to see it during the show, but we'll be able to go back and look at it, I hope. If you are convenient to Beacon, here is a link for the live show in Beacon, and either way, we'd love to see you either in person or virtually. And henchperson Dan, if you wouldn't mind dropping a link in the chat for charmingdisaster.com/shows, that is where all of our announced tickets can be found. So what about the future? What's going to happen? This is the season 3 finale. Is there going to be a season 4? What's the plan?
It's a good question. We have to ask. Yes, ask the speak and spell.
Spell 9.
Knives.
No.
Yeah.
So the answer is.
Yes.
The answer is yes. We are going.
Sorry, I won't do this anymore.
So the answer is we are going to have a season 4. It's going to look a little different. We are committed to doing at least one live stream a month, and sometimes more. But because of the unpredictable nature of our tour plans, it's a little hard to commit to a regular schedule.
Right.
And to know when that's going to be. So our plan right now is at least one a month. Schedule's kind of TBD, but our plan is to announce each month's schedule at the beginning of the month, so that you can know a little farther in advance and be able to know and plan around that. We are committed to keeping this a part of what we do, in addition to the live touring that we love,
big time.
because this has been so wonderful, and it's been such an incredibly great silver lining to the last year and a half. Matt has a good idea. Hosting season 4 from random society members' homes. It's not a bad idea, and incorporating season 4 into our touring is also not a crazy idea. It's probably gonna be weird, and we'll be in good communication with you about it.
We'll figure it out together.
Yeah. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. The other thing that we wanted to let you know about is that we are kind of working on a new virtual space for the Society of the Mysterious Hand, and for kind of Charming Disaster hub stuff that isn't Facebook. So stay tuned for more about that. We're looking at Discord, and Discord is pretty cool. It's a place where people could post stuff, and we could also live stream stuff, and also you could have a live chat. But we're kind of figuring out how we want to set that up. So stay tuned. We'll keep you posted about that. And if you're not already on our email list, which is where we're going to be sharing a lot of information about upcoming live shows and live stream shows, you can go ahead and henchperson Dan, if you wouldn't mind sharing that link into the chat as well for getting on the email list. Huge thank yous to all of you, to the Society of the Mysterious Hand, and the secret mailbag crew,
Oh, God.
and to all of you who've been watching these shows and just like giving us a sense of community and your kindness to each other. Like we appreciate it so very much. Huge shout out to Sierra for coordinating some of the crazy mailbag stuff. Huge shout out to Paula for the weekly drawing and sending presents. Thank you so much to everybody who sent us any mail, from a postcard to a package. We are just like so overwhelmed with gratitude.
And
for
thank you for everyone just for showing up and
Just
just
for
coming here week after week.
and
doing this
just
together.
doing this and watching the show. Huge thank you to henchperson Dan for helping out behind the scenes. There he is. He's just like a glowing orb on
His third eye has really been activated.
It's really intense.
It's gone.
And to the Amazing Sargasso for joining us thrice.
Thrice.
Now we are going to do a closing ritual, and we're going to play you one more song. Closing ritual. It's a good thing that Justin MC sent us a new Oracle deck, because there's only one card left in the Unicorn. The Oracle of the Unicorns.
This is the last unicorn.
The Oracle of the Unicorns has gotten us through a lot. And this last unicorn is the Intention Unicorn. Intention. I have like goosebumps. Do you want to read it? I'm just kidding. You can't see it. You can read it. Can you read it?
No, I can't read that.
It's really tiny. Okay, it says, be clear and decisive. Focus on what you really want. Be bold with your requests to the universe.
There you have it.
There you have it. Intention. The Intention Unicorn will help us bridge the gap to whatever comes next. And in the meantime, we're going to play one more song. What song you want to play?
I picked the last one. No, you did.
Oh, yeah. All right. Here.
You did it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah? All right.
Is that the one? Yeah. Okay, I'll sing too. Your spoon was in the boiling.
Your thumb was on the scale.
Don't try to leave the witness. That won't get you anywhere. Sit still and try to listen.
Hear the whispers in the wind.
Make yourself an empty vessel. If you wanna let them in. Turn pages, lick your fingers.
Black ink is on your lip.
You won't find out the secret.
In all the books you kiss.
Just like the Ouroboros.
Your tail is in your teeth.
Strip off your outer layer.
Find out what's underneath. Find out what's underneath. Underneath. You've had your fun.
Darling, here's the part you won't remember.
Lion eats the sun.
Darling, till there's only glowing embers.
Who will you become,
Darling,
when your skin is
torn asunder, torn asunder.
turned inside out? Now you have found all you wanted. Turned inside out. Now you have found all you wanted. Your wings were in the blueprint.
A treasure wrapped in code.
A phoenix's potential
In the ashes of your bones.
love you. Have
Good
a
night.
great summer, and we'll see you real soon.
See you soon.